Intro. If you thought Malawian politics had no plot twists left, think again. Because right now, the man who once preached servant leadership is facing a rebellion not from the opposition, but from his own political family. Yes, Chakwera Akuchotsedwa ku Mcp Kamba Kolephera pa Chisankho. Translation: Lazarus Chakwera is being pushed out of the Malawi Congress Party for failing at the ballot box. For a man who rose to power promising reform and renewal, this must sting, because what's happening is more than an internal argument. It's a sign that even the once untouchable are now being called to account. After a bruising defeat in the 2025 general elections, the MCP, instead of rallying behind their leader, seems ready to trade him in like a phone with a cracked screen. Still works, but nobody wants it anymore. Party insiders say enough is enough. The argument? Chakwera's leadership failed to deliver both results and confidence. He lost the nation's trust, and now the party's patience. So, in today's episode, we dissect this political earthquake through 5 revelations that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about power, loyalty, and survival in Malawi's most disciplined party. Buckle up, because each revelation hits harder than the last. It started as a whisper, but now it's an open challenge. A faction within the Malawi Congress Party has delivered a 14-day ultimatum to President Lazarus Chakwera: either call an emergency convention or face removal from his seat as MCP president. The document, reportedly signed by 42 district chairpersons, cites Article 36(6) of the party's constitution, the one that states a party president must be an elected head of state. And, since Chakwera lost the recent election, they argue he no longer fits that definition. Simple, right? Lose the state, lose the seat. The group is led by Alex Major, one of the party's vocal reformists. They claim they're acting to save the party's integrity. In their words, "Tikufuna atsogoneri atsopano amene angabweretse moyo muchipani." Translation: we need new leaders who can breathe life back into the party. But beneath the constitutional rhetoric lies political revenge. Some within the MCP feel Chakwera's tight grip on power marginalized upcoming voices. The election loss gave them the perfect excuse to strike back. And this time, they've got numbers: district leaders, regional chairpersons, even MPs quietly shifting allegiance. The ultimatum is clear: convene the National Executive Committee within 2 weeks or face forced expulsion. It's not just rebellion, it's a coup wrapped in paperwork. Transition hook. But issuing ultimatums is easy. Surviving them is where legends are made. So the next question is, how did Chakwera lose so much power so fast?
Inside MCP, the knives are out, but so are the ambitions. Leading the charge is Alex Major, fronting a coalition of youthful reformists and sidelined veterans. They call themselves the Renewal Wing. Their message: MCP must modernize or die. Then there's Richard Chimwendo Banda, the party's Secretary General, cautious, calculating, and currently playing referee between loyalty and survival. Publicly, he says no official letter of removal has been received. Privately, he's reportedly weighing which side of history to stand on. Behind the scenes, names like Abida Mia, Harry Mkandawire, and Catherine Gotanihara surface as possible successors. Each represents a different version of the MCP: the progressive, the loyalist, and the pragmatic. The internal divide is now more philosophical than political. One side wants the old discipline back, the iron hand legacy of Mzuzu Banda. The other dreams of a rebranded, youth-driven movement that speaks the language of the new Malawi. But let's not pretend this is all idealism. It's also about seats, contracts, and future elections. Everyone sees 2029 on the horizon. And whoever takes the MCP throne next has 4 years to rebuild or to bury the party forever. This isn't just a transition. It's a battle for the soul of Malawi's oldest political institution. Transition hook. But while others fight for his chair, what is Chakwera himself doing? Silent, strategic, or surrendering? If there's one thing Chakwera knows how to do, it's wait. After the election loss, he withdrew into what insiders call strategic silence. No fiery speeches, no public counterattacks, just quiet observation. Some interpret it as wisdom, others as weakness. Sources close to the State House say he's consulting a tight circle of advisors, the same trusted team that carried him from the pulpit to Parliament. They're telling him, don't panic, don't react, wait for the storm to pass. But politics isn't a Sunday sermon. Silence can sound like surrender. While Chakwera ponders, his opponents are mobilizing. The reform wing holds meetings, rallies support, and prepares constitutional motions. Critics argue that Chakwera's greatest flaw is his belief that moral authority is enough to survive political warfare. But MCP, born in Kamuzu Banda's era, respects strength more than sermons. And here lies the irony. Chakwera's calmness, once praised as presidential, now feels disconnected, even passive. Meanwhile, rumors swirl that he might stage a controlled resignation, stepping down gracefully and endorsing a successor to maintain influence. That would preserve dignity, but concede defeat. Others whisper that he could fight back using procedural loopholes, buying time through internal party technicalities. Either way, one thing's certain. The silence strategy has an expiration date. Transition hook. And as that clock ticks, the final judge isn't the party, it's the people watching from the outside. Let's talk about them. Across Malawi, from the dusty markets of Mchinji to the cafes of Blantyre, the talk is the same. Kodi MCP kupita kuti. Where is MCP heading? Many citizens, even longtime supporters, say Chakwera's downfall feels inevitable. The economic pain of the last term lingers. Prices soared, jobs evaporated, and corruption headlines piled up faster than press releases could deny them. For some, this isn't betrayal, it's justice. They argue leadership should have consequences. You fail the people, you face accountability. Simple. But others fear this infighting will weaken the opposition space, leaving DPP unchallenged. If MCP eats its own, one Lilongwe shopkeeper said, DPP will eat the rest of us. Public trust in political parties is fragile, and MCP's internal chaos could shatter it further. Yet it also signals a new maturity, a country where even ruling elites can't hide behind titles. The broader impact? Investors, diplomats, and civil society groups are watching closely. Political instability hurts confidence. Malawi, fresh from economic struggles and IMF programs, can't afford more chaos. But there's also poetic justice here. The man who once promised new dawn politics now faces a reckoning by his own followers. It's democracy eating its creator. So, where does all this lead? To the end of an era or the rebirth of a party? Let's close this story right. So here we are, at the crossroads of history and hubris. Lazarus Chakwera, once hailed as the reformer who'd clean Malawi's politics, now stands trial in his own house. His future depends not on votes, but on forgiveness from a party that's losing faith fast. Whether he survives or falls, one truth stands tall. Malawian politics has changed. The age of unquestioned leadership is over. The same people who crowned you today can dethrone you tomorrow. And maybe, just maybe, that's progress. Because democracy isn't polite, it's relentless. It demands results, not rhetoric. And as we've seen, even the calmest preacher can't silence a hungry nation forever. So as MCP recalibrates and Chakwera reflects, the rest of us are left with one burning question. Is Malawi ready for its next chapter, or just another rerun? If you're tired of political theater and want sharp, fearless, truth-driven breakdowns, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe, tap like, and share your take below. Should Chakwera fight to stay or step aside for renewal? Let's talk, because at Global Pulse News, we don't just follow power, we question it. Until next time, stay woke, stay bold, and stay Malawian.